Welcome to another episode of the CFG Gamecast, a weekly podcast created by gamers and streamers that like to discuss the latest gaming topics from the previous week. We stream a new episode every week and release on all podcast services, so do us a favor and show us some love by liking, following, subscribing, and commenting on our Twitch page, twitch.tv/CFG Games, and on our YouTube at the CFG, or go to our main website, freaksgeeks.com, to not miss an episode. I am Mr. CFG Games himself, Davis Green, and with me today, I got my two awesome co-hosts. I got Pop in the second seat. What's going on, Pop? How you doing?
Not much. I'm doing good. Just been relaxing, working on some games that I cannot talk about in the background, doing some content with those titles. Both are coming out this week, actually.
Oh, it's Mortal Kombat. I know it's Mortal Kombat.
No. I actually hate that game.
What?
Yeah, no, I actually hate playing. Yeah.
Shun this lady.
Yeah, go for it. You want?
Oh, that's so funny. To be fair, Mortal Kombat, not a fan of. Mortal Kombat X, still the best, one of the best ones. So continue. I'm sorry.
No, that's about it.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Like I said,
Yeah, I haven't had much going on. Yeah.
short, simple, sweet.
No, I don't want to do anything. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I was about to say, if you shun me again, it is what it is. But no, it's just nothing's really happened this week outside of getting early access to some things.
Yeah,
it's been nice.
It has actually been very nice. It's yeah, that's good. Well, that's good. At least that's some nice news in the world of gaming right there in itself. So there you go.
Yeah.
Hey, but you know what, Pop?
What?
You're the person that is known as the Black Devil of Call of Duty.
Wow.
What? Oh, I guess it is kind of racist in that term.
Fresh off of me finishing Attack on Titan, to call me a devil is despicable.
I didn't call you a devil. I said your nickname is Black Devil in Call of Duty. I didn't call you the devil.
Okay.
Oh, wow. This is going off at a real good foot right now. Jesus. Okay. But I got the 5-star general of the Biddy, Smitty committee. I got Smitty in the third seat. What's going on, dude? You finished waiting.
Outside of being the Black Devil, it's been a week. I'm still here. I college football 27 came out for EA. Started my road to glory. I forget how hard that is. It's kind of annoying. EA's sub little story too is that they have already backed out of the microtransactions that they had in place, both for online mode and RTG.
What?
Which basically, so there was almost like a pay to play. Or pay to level up.
Oh, so they basically did the same thing that they do for 2K for basketball, NBA 2K.
Yeah, it was so dumb. So people were boycotting it, and it seems to have worked. Because EA officially put out a statement, I believe it was yesterday or the day before, stating that we heard the community and we didn't realize that wasn't our intentions to do that. So we're going to be removing that. But I haven't seen any kind of update or hotfix pushed down yet, but it's been a couple of days at least since I've played. But at least they write it, EA doing EA stuff, basically.
I see this messaging on day night. It's like, oh wow, I had me stop mid game here. What did he just say? I love it. Man, we're coming in hot, dude. Seriously.
We are coming in hot.
But I would say this though, like EA being EA, that's not, I mean, for EA saying that's not their intentions, it's such they're so full of it.
We all know. Yeah. Well, not only that, but it's never been in the past two college football games starting from 25 when they came back.
Mhm.
They've never had it like that. So them to try to get greedy like that and like stack that on to number one, what is a single player mode.
Mhm.
Why do you need to spend money or use this currency to help boost that character? And then, you know, on an online platform, it's, oh, so people that have money to pay to max out their stats are just going to smash anybody. You completely change any kind of competitive scene.
It's pay to win.
When you do something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
And
pay to win.
What's even worse is the fact that they felt like it was that they said they're doing what EA always does, which is basically like, hey, we have a good thing. What can we do to squeeze more money out of someone paying a full price of the game, a $70 game, and see how much money we can actually put in on this? Oh, I know. Let's put a pay front on something that should be a part of the $70 that you're that's there, and see if we can get away with it. I'm just glad that people, I mean,
and I'm guessing if you have something like that in place, I can't imagine that there's not some way that they're throttling it to incentivize people to spend money to quicken the progression.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely,
you know what I'm saying?
It's old dog, dude. It's basically the same old dog kind of thing with EA. Do you remember? I don't know if you played this back in the day, but if you've played Battlefield 3, this is kind of the start of all of this, because I remember Battlefield 3 was that they allowed you to either if you wanted to play the game, you could play the game, get everything, do it the way that you naturally would, or just pay $10 and you can get all the weapons. And then, so you can skip all your game progression that took you hours to do it and stuff like that. They're just wanting to find ways to incentivize people to get to put more money that you're paying for. And then it's just, they've been doing that forever. And to say that they didn't intend it, it's just like, you can go F yourselves, dude, EA. Because seriously, it's like, you did intend it. You did intend it. Then you didn't. You were going to see if you're going to get away with it. The only difference is that now people are not going to be quiet about it anymore.
But people weren't purchasing the game either.
Because
outright.
of this.
Like our Dynasty that I play with people at work has been on hold because we were like, all right, we're gonna move over to the new game, this and that, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, by the way, there's this monetized ways. It's like, dude, that's super grimy.
Mm-hmm.
So we're holding off until they change it.
And they did.
I, of course, was a salute and bought it anyway
because you wanted to play. You know what?
My mind was already set.
I bet you what you're gonna do. In my mind, it's like you have your own season, and then you have the season that you play with your boys. That's what I think.
No, that's exactly right. That is 100%. That is spot on. That is exactly how it goes.
That's right.
So I haven't even started my dynasty yet. I was like, let me run through the player road to glory from high school, and even that has issues. You don't fully play the games as a high schooler. There's just moments, and the record or whatever doesn't even matter. You don't even know how the game ends. I don't think it's crazy. Yeah, I was like,
so what's the point of doing that in the first place?
Yes.
Oh my gosh! Can you just simulate it? You might as well just simulate it at that point.
You might as well just simulate it. Yes.
Oh my god. Yep. Okay. Hey, that's
what I learned. Yeah.
That is hilarious. Oh my god. Yeah. Anyways, but no. Hey, you know what? If you enjoy what you're doing, playing it, then it's all good. It's all good. I saw that you could buy a bundle pack of College Football 27 and Madden together.
Yeah, for like $134. Insane.
Holy
insane.
Crap. That is wild that's where we're at now. But anyways, I just can't believe that. EA, hate you. Anyways.
Yep. What about you? How was your week, man?
It was good. What's it called? I went to go see Michael for the first time yesterday. So that was actually pretty good.
Nice.
With
good.
With the family. It is pretty good. I like it. It's like, it's funny because it was more like a sing along for my sister because she grew up when all that was happening, and it's just like, oh, and I did on the back end side, but it didn't really kind of go a lot into it. But it was that was fine. And I've been playing the new season of Rivals, and it is insane what they did in that one. Because
are you serious?
Oh my god, dude! So each character now has you know how you have team up abilities. They just allow everyone has team up abilities now. You can choose between two team up abilities per person per individual.
That's how it started out.
No,
they didn't have it like rotating and stuff.
Oh, they didn't rotate? Yeah, they just said, they said themselves, oh, it got too hard to keep up with each season to do the rotation. So we just gave everyone 2 different abilities and then we're just going to start tweaking it from there. I'm like, Jesus. And now it's insane. Now things that were like, okay, we didn't have to worry about are now back. And then like and then damage has increased to like ridiculous levels. And like Black Panther can take out a thing that's 1,000 HP and one shot it now. It's insane. I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to do ranked right now because of it. So I've been doing that.
Yeah.
And been playing a little bit of the Grand Blue Fantasy Ragnarok DLC that came out this week. And been enjoying that. And it's been a pretty chill week for the most part on gaming wise for me. Day Night says, have any of you played Pragmata? I played, enjoyed it, and damn it, felt the need to protect the dang robot. Yep, I have been playing Pragmata. I still need to finish it. Love that game. The game is exactly what you just described it. You're just like on my streams, I'm like, oh my God, I gotta protect this little baby child android. Great game. Yeah, so definitely a fun one.
I have not played it yet.
Oh, no,
I want to.
You need to. It's a really good one. All right. But I know y'all don't want to talk about me wanting to protect Diana. So let's go through the normal rigmarole that we like to do each and every week. So each of us chooses a topic of discussion in the world of video games. The topic would or could be a game itself or something that happened in the gaming industry. And we do not want to talk about it amongst ourselves. We want you, the listeners on Twitch, that's twitch.tv/CFG Games, or on our YouTube at the CFG, to be a part of the conversation as always. So if there is something you're wanting to chime in about whatever we talk about on any of the topics, by all means, type it inside the chat. We would love to talk with you and go from there. So, Smitty, what are you bringing to the table, my friend?
Yeah, we have to talk about it. We knew this was coming. This past Monday, we got an announcement, a letter essentially from ASA, basically stating that they are going to be reducing the Xbox division by like 20%, which comes out to, I believe it was around 3,200 over the next year. That day they cut 1,600 out the gate. That included, senior folks, new, engineers, folks that were working directly on games that are going to be coming out that have been released and stuff like that. We also know that the studios behind like Psychonauts and Compulsion Games, they are at least being able to keep their or regain their independent status and their IPs. So that's going to be huge in terms of them, not only for their backlog and to be able to continue to generate and kind of rebuild for themselves. So it's nice to be able to see that as opposed to them just being dissolved or something like that. Ninja Theory, folks behind Sinu's Saga, which we know there's a new one coming out, Undead Labs, the State of Decay studio, they're going to be sold off, or they have been sold off, I believe.
Yeah.
I don't believe they've. So they haven't stated who, but that's huge news for them and the games that they are working on as well. So, really, to me, this started, and again, we keep talking about it. We have been since I want to say at least the last few years. This, I feel like, is a direct result of the COVID overbloating, and obviously with the Activision, acquisition, $68.7 billion. For Activision Blizzard is huge, and they weren't able to make the money. Putting Call of Duty on Game Pass was a terrible move on their part. It didn't really, again, it doesn't equate a full price game to a subscription service. So, this is really hard to swallow because that's a lot. And again, think about the folks that weren't affected on Monday too. Mm-hmm. They have to continue working knowing another 1,600 people are going to be cut. there's a good chance they're not going to have a job within the next 6 months, but they have to keep going, prepare themselves for what's to come next, is absolutely brutal. Despite the brutality of this, I think this was something necessary that Xbox had to do to be able to move forward in the right direction. A framework has been built up over, numerous years in the direction that they're going. And for them to truly be able to get out of that plan, you have to blow things up and rebuild it. It just sucks that means people losing their jobs. I think it is huge, though, that they were able to not only sell off some of those studios that they were getting rid of people from, but they were able to kind of give people their independence, or these studios their independence back, and them to be able to operate as an independent entity with their IPs that they already have, I think is huge. So, and I know there's more. There's a whole bunch of meat to this. I know that there's other ID software where I kind of wanted to talk about as well. I know, Davis, that was something that you wanted to touch on. So, I wanted to see what your guys' thoughts were, where you guys were at, and, what your overall feeling is.
You can go for it first, Pop.
It's a very wild situation, and the fact that so many people lost. I think the wildest thing where people were just like, oh, it's not that bad. The studios didn't shut down, but we're like, over 3,000 people lost their jobs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean it's not that bad? All these people are without work. What do you mean it's not that bad?
Oh, yeah.
I personally want to blame whoever was responsible for even hiring on all of these people when they knew that the COVID bloat was not going to be sustainable. Like, they did not plan for what would happen down the line after COVID ended. Other countries planned for this. Like, companies in other countries plan for this. Like, they're not having these issues. It's literally Microsoft that's been having all of these issues, and it's weird. I think didn't she also get invited to like a federal position or something? Which
Asha Sharma was advisor. Oddly enough, she is the advisor for the government for the work process something. Let me see if I can pull that up. It was something weird. Like, the irony of it is, like, at the beginning on Monday, she announces 3,600 people being laid off, but then she's an advisor for the very same thing that she just did for her company. Hold on, Asha Sharma, advisor. Let's see if I can find it.
But I mean,
here it is.
Well,
she joins. Asha Sharma is named advisor to the U.S. Federal Reserve Task Force for Productivity and Jobs. That's what I find very ironic of all of this.
Well, but my thing though too is that it's like, I feel like this is inherited stuff, as well. I mean, to me, that, like, Phil Spencer had a lot to do with it. A lot of the people that were in those leadership positions to be able to go down this path, they went down, they took a hard stance, and they said, this is the path that we're going to go down. But they did it without any kind of real, like, tangible plan of making the business affordable. Not only that, but they were constantly putting themselves in the hole. And if you look at it over the last, 13 to 15 years, what have they really produced? Red Dawn? The space game? Like, what, dude? Like, how is that even possible?
Okay, so
I don't understand.
There's a couple of things in my mind. First off, yeah, there was COVID bloat, but I don't think that's the issue. The COVID bloat isn't the thing that really got it. The thing that got it, of all of it, is that they were just spending ridiculous amounts of money to a point where they, because originally, for the longest of time, Microsoft was their Xbox and Microsoft were separate. They were together, but they were separate. It was being run separately as their own division, and then Microsoft was doing their own thing. But then when Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond were wanting to do these acquisitions, these crazy acquisitions, keep in mind, we know the big one is Activision at $60-something billion. And then don't forget about Bethesda. Bethesda was not cheap either. Bethesda may have not been like 60 billion, but it was like $8 or $9 billion. They were getting that money from Microsoft. When you do that kind of money, they're not doing it in the kindness of their hearts. They're doing it because they're seeing it as an investment towards it. Prior to all of that,
produce
exactly, and then prior to all of that, the scale that they were running with that. Prior, it was still very slow, but it was way more manageable than where they were at right now. Then now, since you know that Big Daddy Xbox isn't focused on gaming, their focus is AI with Copilot and stuff, and they're seeing that gaming is just throwing money away. Yeah, of course it's going to happen. And then he puts in Asha Sharma to trim the fat, and then these cuts. So yes. This is not, I don't think this is, I would say it's because of the climate of it. It's Microsoft's reckless spending because of, I think primary is because of Phil Spencer wanting to be straight up competitive and push, and try to push Xbox Game Pass to a non-reasonable limit for gamers and just in general, because look what happened. Look at the downfall. They realized we were just paying. They weren't spent the charge for Xbox Game Pass. They were losing money, and then to Asha Sharma's credit, she was actually fairly transparent of all with these cuts. Like she even said in her information that they were losing 65 cents for every dollar. And that is insane when you seriously think about it. So there's just so much. This is not like, and that just proves to me that they didn't know what the fuck they were doing at Xbox during this time. And we all saw it when we saw that Call of Duty, when Call of Duty went on to the Xbox Game Pass, everyone was like, "Oh, that's awesome! How are they going to make money from that? That doesn't even make any sense. That doesn't make any sense." It was like, yeah, for gamers at the time, it was awesome. That means that they could have paid like $15 or $20 a month for it, but at the same time, it's like Xbox, Call of Duty is not a cheap game. It's $600-700 million a year for most of this stuff. So it just shows the level of incompetence that this has. Then guess what happens? All the studios that they bought in the past, which was already a bad idea for me in my mind, because we almost lost Double Fine. Double Fine is a big studio for indie gaming, and we almost lost it because it was a Microsoft product. Undead Labs was a fairly good studio. Freaking Ninja Theory, they've been around for a long time under Microsoft's umbrella, but they were still known to make good games, and then we were almost about to lose all of that. They were about to fall into that level of pressure of because of these things, and then the people that are still there. It's not like they got they didn't get touched, I'm about to talk about with id Software, which was gutted essentially. They made a good game with Doom. They did exactly what Microsoft said, and then guess what? They lost about 70% of their staff. So
they've been relegated to a support studio.
Yeah. So what the fuck? None of this doesn't make any it just shows the level of mismanagement that this company has done, and Asha Sharma is going to have to clean it up. Not saying I believe in Asha Sharma. I don't, because technically, when we first saw how Asha, I don't because I just don't trust Microsoft. She
had no choice though. She had to go the classic butter them up before we drop the bomb.
It's not
the bomb is coming.
Yeah, I'm not saying I don't like Asha Sharma. It's just that I am incredibly I'm really suspicious of what they're trying to do, because where her background was in general, and then the fact that the CEO of Microsoft put her into that place. We don't know anything about what's gonna happen. She did say she had to do big major changes 100 days. She's been fairly transparent about what she's trying to do. I'm still giving her benefits of the doubt, but my trust in Microsoft, as far as I'm concerned, Xbox is essentially dead, because I don't see this, like how we could see what Xbox was from the past 25 years to what it's going to be in the future. It's not it's going to be a shell of what it once was. Like it's like when you saw Toys R Us had the giant super centers and stuff back in the day. Now you see Toys R Us in certain sections of, like, department stores up in Canada and stuff. Like it's going to be, it's still going to be there, but it's not going to be Xbox. That's what I'm thinking, how this is going to go. So yeah, I don't know, man. This is just like, this is brutal to see. And then the fact that they only showed half of them, like 1600 immediately lost, and then we know that 1600 is going to get lost. What about the people that are there in the studios? Like, what is the morale going to be like, like towards all of this?
Dude.
Yeah. Like, because it's not going to be innovation anymore. It's going to be, we need to make these games to survive. We can't make, remember back, I'm sorry, I keep on going back, but you remember when Ubisoft was innovative of some sort? They made different kinds of IPs instead of worrying about freaking Assassin's Creed. They had Rayman, Child of Light, all these other good games on the side of it, but they knew that they weren't going to make like as much profit as what they did with Assassin's Creed, but they did it. But now it's like, if they don't do the #1 game, they can't make it. Then they're screwed. I mean, look at Black Flag, the remaster. It is the #1 best-selling remaster Assassin's Creed game in 3 years. And what did they get rewarded for? Their studios shut down. Like, it's like what is fucking happening, man? It's like, it's so annoying. It's so frustrating to see all of this in real time, man. But like, as for Xbox, man, I feel sorry. I don't know what, I honestly have no idea what the expectations of what the visions of Xbox is going to be when they got, because they're going to be focusing on those things that are going to make money, which they had to trim a lot of their fat. But now Bethesda, so Bethesda, Activision is probably the big two. Halo Studios are going to be are the big three now. So what's going to happen now?
I think Bethesda's on the clock, personally.
They
have to. It's got to be a new Fallout, right? Like,
then Elder Scrolls.
I can't see them like. Well, didn't they pull people away from Elder Scrolls as well?
I have no idea what the frick Bethesda's doing now. I mean, I really don't know, because like originally they announced Elder Scrolls 6 3 years ago, and then they haven't said anything.
Or I'm sorry, not Elder Scrolls 6. I meant ESO.
Oh, maybe. I won't be surprised.
I felt like they weren't left untouched. I don't believe.
Oh, I don't know the full cut down, but I won't be surprised if they did,
Yeah.
Because I don't know, man. It's a bloodbath, man. It's just so saddening to see how bad they mismanaged their brand. I mean, it's just like, it's amazing that how bad it's just like, I'm just dumbfounded on why they're hurting as bad as they have been, because wow. Just utterly wow. We knew it was going to be bad, but this is probably just the tip of the iceberg right now. I honestly don't imagine. Yeah. So it's just crazy.
Right, and like the 3200 is the stopgap in it. They haven't said that. You know what I mean? Like, that's just the beginning of what it's going to be, I think, and how it looks. But you're right. I don't know what the future looks like for them. And it's one of those, you just gotta wait, and we're just gonna have to wait and see. But right now it's just messed up, because there's a ton of talented people that right now don't have jobs, so they're having to look, and the market is still terrible, volatile in other places. So who knows if they end up landing somewhere else, ends up exploding later, or something like that. So it's just not really an incentive to want to even get into the industry. It's hard to be able to talk positively about the industry as a whole, because it's just, kind of like we titled, it's just been a massacre on so many different fronts. And kind of like Day alluded to earlier when we talked about last week, with the Sony things and stuff like that. It's like these it's just, what is going on? What is going on? The industry is no longer, I feel like, represented by people that are within the community, but rather
No, you're good. You sound good.
My audio just went crazy, I think.
No, you're still sounding good. Well,
I don't
know
know
what
what that's about. There you go.
Oh.
But rather, sorry. But rather, people that are trying to guess at what the community really wants and whatnot. And it sucks to see it.
One of my biggest fears about this is to see the level, we all, like you, me, and Pop, like all grew up at the time of innovation when it comes to gaming, and I don't feel like that's what we're going to be seeing now in a while. I mean, mixture with new ideas, mixture with the fact that AI has basically threw a wrench into, change and different kinds of for next gen. I mean, technology and stuff like that, where the Unreal Engine has basically kind of uniformed everyone to be like, you got to go in the Unreal side, don't make your own engines and stuff. You got to either do that or the other one. It's just, I feel where we're at now, it's like, I'm really terrified where we're going to be seeing in 10 or 12 years that games, don't get me wrong, I think indie games will always be there. And then I think some of the things, the simple games like Mecha Chameleon right now, is a big craze, but it's still not it's still very simple relatively. You don't see stuff these kind of games that you see Fallout and things like that anymore, nowhere near to those levels. And I just think that it's just going to get more dire and more limited and more unless something changes, because I don't see it. I mean, I really don't,
I actually see it the opposite way. I feel like this is a lot of really talented people's their freedom. They are no longer tied under this company that's been making them do, whatever, just put out crap that they think people want. And I think we're going to see a lot more studios kind of form and come together, where these groups of people that are talented, or even some of these people being picked up by some more independent studios. I think this is actually going to be a culling of the AAA mindset, and they're going to make it have to reset. And people, I like, to me, and we've talked about it for years now, just the spotlight keeps getting brighter and brighter on these independent studios and creators. I mean, this to me reinforces, go the independent route. Innovation is coming from independent studios and things like that. And I think we'll get more of that. And the popularity spectrum, if you will, is going to flip. And we're already seeing it, where you're seeing a basic game like Mecha Chameleon or whatever be able to see all this, garnish all this attention, not because it's an overly complicated game or it has amazing graphics. They captured fun, and it's fun for people to play. And it doesn't matter how big or small the studio you are, if you're able to get people to have fun, I think you earn being successful. And I think that's where that's at least my optimistic hope for the industry.
Yeah, I mean,
whether it goes that way, I have no idea.
Day Night says that they fucked Skyrim up. People weren't happy with it in Fallout 4. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how they fucked Skyrim, because I mean, Skyrim has been around for what, 15 years? Ever? I didn't mind Skyrim at all, but Fallout, I did have an issue because of that Super Creation Club thing that they did, and they tried to pull this stupid BS on you on it. But yeah, but yeah, I mean, it's I guess we got. I mean, we don't have a choice to see where this is going to go. I am looking forward to seeing how they're going to turn this around, if they can turn this around. I don't have much faith that they are going to, but it's still there. I mean, I hope they prove me wrong on it, and because we don't want Sony to being Sony or Nintendo being the number one, or the definitive place to go do all of this stuff. You need clean competition, and I think it's actually kind of funny because Sony's way, Sony is nowhere near what it once was when it comes to creativity in its sense, but it's still not hurting in that aspect. They did, did close down some studios and stuff, but at the same time, people are pissed because of their greed. And then you see on the other side with Xbox, it's like, yeah, we were too greedy, and now we just we're needing to kind of start back at square one and stuff. So. Oh, I don't know. Next gen is going to be a very interesting place. I mean, console wise, I won't care because it's already announced that Helix and the PS6 is not going to be, you can't use any physical. Although Microsoft has a better has a better answer to it than Sony. So I will say that. You heard about that, right?
What?
So Microsoft is saying that if you have the game, a physical game, and you put it inside your Xbox, it's going to treat it as a digital key, and it's going to go into your digital library. So
it makes sense.
Yeah. So so if it does it that way, I'll be cool. That would be cool. But still, I mean, it's still the fact that I guess you still own the game, but I guess it. At least you still have a physical copy, but I don't know. It's still not something to make me want to get the next gen or any kind of hype for it. Like next gen now, there's no hype. I don't feel like there's a hype for next gen. Period. How it is. Like
I feel like they barely scratched the surface on this gen.
We're hitting 6 years on this one. 7 years is going to be next year, which is crazy. 2020. Yeah. So like that. Yeah. That is the normal like a good length of time for it. But I don't feel like they've done.
But it doesn't. I didn't feel like they did much though. You know what I mean? Like we didn't. I don't know.
Yeah, shit ton of remasters. That's what we got here, and that's what drives me insane.
It didn't feel like they utilized nearly half the stuff.
Yeah.
That that it could do.
Mm-hmm. I know.
They played it safe.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna suck. I pray that. Yeah. Anyways, but we'll it is what it is right now. So. Day 9, would you say? I was looking at it and it was like what I had this before and now I'm sorry, I went completely blank. I was looking at it to like what I had this before, now they want you to pay for it. Yeah, I totally agree. So bad. All right, well, we'll try to make the mood a little bit better with the thing about id Software. And tell me what you think about this, because I feel, I don't know, I'm kind of, John Carmack, I'm kind of like I've always had a love-hate relationship with John Carmack. If you don't know who John Carmack is one of the co-founders of id Software with John Romero and John Carmack, and then I believe it was a relative or something that created id Software. So they created one of the most iconic first-person shooter games ever with Doom, and so he sold his studio to Microsoft. I want to say 7 or 8 years ago. And now officially, because of these layoffs that Asha Sharma announced, that 70% of their staff is gone. And so now keep in mind, this is what makes it a little bit infuriating. So from what people were saying, id Software was asked by Microsoft to make an online game, make a updated version of their Doom IP. They did. They smashed it. Then they were told, okay, we need to make a different version, not a different version, but make it friendly for Xbox Game Pass. They did. They smashed that, but they didn't. But now Xbox comes back to them saying, "Hey, y'all did really good there, but y'all didn't do good enough." And then they're like, "You never told us what our metric was in the first place. So, what are we doing here?" And I feel that it's just that now when they did this cut, and then now they're not doing it as being a primary, developer studio, but more like assistant studio, for other projects that. This is exactly kind of like where I was talking about the level of mismanagement that Microsoft was doing for their gaming side. So the 70% of people that was lost, John Carmack said something in Twitter. I'm going to read the whole thing because I was just like, okay, I just want to get y'all's opinion on this and tell me what you think of this kind of level. So I've been trying to find something meaningful to say about the id Software layoffs. My Microsoft will probably be a good steward of the brand statement isn't aging well, and this is certainly going to dampen the mood of the founder reunion at QuakeCon next month. I'm saddened, but I can't muster anger or outrage over it. I don't have access to the books, but I suspect that id Software was a marginal business from Microsoft perspective. I believe the reports that Minecraft Theft revenues have been carrying several other studios. To continue being produced long term, games need to succeed, not to be beloved. Games are competing with every other options for spending your leisure time and money, and the competition is brutal. You can't rule out the possibility that executives are idiots, but that shouldn't be your default belief. I don't think that there is any obvious path that would have doubled the revenue from id Games. Could they have gotten more with a different pricing strategy? Could they have created more things for fans to buy? Could they have cost effectively marketed in a way that reached more players that would have loved and bought the games? Could they have changed the game designs and broadened the appeal to more players without alienating existing ones? Could they have produced the games at lower cost, faster, or cheaper? I really don't know. The game isn't over yet, and I hope the studio rallies through. That was end quote. When I first read that, I was like, you are a fucking asshole, John Carmack. Because I mean, that's basically saying you're in a glass house somewhere and saying that, looking on the outside perspective from Microsoft, and then you're saying that you sold it to Microsoft to take care of your history, your lineage of this. You know the people that were there, and then for them to turn around, and then when Microsoft didn't give them any metrics on this, and they're like, yeah, that's not good enough. And then we're just gonna have to get rid of this. Then you're gonna be cutting it out, and then you're justifying Microsoft's move for that? Go fuck yourself, dude, for real, seriously. And then one of the things that kind of irritated me was he kind of played it off when he says that certainly going to dampen the mood of founder reunion at QuakeCon next month. What the fuck is he talking about? Are you serious? I'm just like, what are you like? Yes, we know you make games to make money. We know that, but at the same time, you're being innovative when you make these games because you want to make you're wanting to be creative. Games is not just only a product of money and profit and stuff. It's also an art. That's the one thing you're kind of forgetting about all of this stuff, and that's what drives me insane. That this bastard, dude, he was like a founder of one of the best iconic things. That's the view that he's giving, saying like, oh, well, that's just business, just says a lot. And I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm just kind of getting a little bit heated by this when I'm thinking about it. But what do y'all think?
Did Romero say anything about? I feel like there was something about.
I'm gonna see if I can find Romero quotes about it. But yeah.
I mean, obviously that's just the talked about the QuakeCon, like that's crazy. Hey, we got rid of like a ton of people. Like George is not going to be there this year. You know, Susie not going to be there. Like, yeah, dude, weird time to bring that up and whatnot. Like, but I mean, again, I think there was a reason probably why it made the sale, and I think it speaks more onto him and his character than, kind of like you're saying, than anything. So, I don't know how much of the studio is or was still comprised of folks that have been there for a grip, or like, how many veterans they had, or what that looks like. But, you never like, come on, dude, timing. Mm-hmm. Didn't we talk about the optics? The optics of thing, come on, buddy. You clearly did not look at the optics of that, because not a good look. Not a good look.
Very not
at all.
Yeah, I was just like, wow, this guy is so full of, like, I feel like he thinks that his shit don't stink. That's basically how he's coming across to me. What about for you, Pop?
I got nothing. I don't know. I'm just not on the Xbox side of things like that. I don't know.
I'm not on the Xbox side of things, but I think it's just saying, to me personally, that I think that, like, if someone's going to be looking at their they created a studio and then they're just going to be like, be this like more for what the company's doing for their brand. I mean, I think you have to say something. I would have to be like, wow, okay, that kind of means that you really kind of didn't care much about the studio as much, or you're already removed from the studio since it's been so long, to be saying, oh yeah, they did this because this was a financial thing that they had to do. Yeah, this was just inevitable. Oh, I'm sorry. What are you saying?
feel like that's kind of I feel like that's kind of the takeaway from me is that I don't know how many of those original people and whatnot that.
Oh, they're not. Oh, probably they're not even there anymore. Yeah.
So I think I mean, clearly there is a detachment from what was something that he had built up to, business wise, you gotta the money.
I know, right? Half of it was like he kind of had this half kind of sincerity kind of towards it, but then the other half was like the games that they created could, like, you're looking at it and they like, oh, could they make profit? What could they have done to change it to be highly profitable? But then at the same time, if you're not told what is it that what your metric is to become successful, what do you do? That's what doesn't make any sense to me. You know, it's like what are we doing here? If you're because you're going to be under the, like, if it was up to me, if someone says like, oh, don't worry about like if it's going to be successful or not, that's the way I'm coming across on this, because they weren't. I don't think they were expecting this to be like, oh, this is going to be a number one a game is going to be the next thing since the best new thing. You know, the Fortnite killer that like people like to say or stuff. Like, I'm just saying that it's, or not Fortnite, Call of Duty killer. But no, like it's the expectations. You're going to be like, okay, so they clearly don't care about profit. Let's make a very fun, creative game and then go with it. You know, I mean, I don't.
It feels like a setup.
Yeah.
Like, how do you not clearly define the metrics of what's successful and not? Now I've got nothing to shoot towards. I have no thing. So now they can just move. Well, unfortunately, that didn't meet the metrics. What the hell was the metric? What was the metric? You never told us.
What the hell
oh, we can tell you guys? Like, no.
You know, yeah, exactly. Metric, I'd be like, it's like, oh, you should have known because of the amount of money that you paid on it. And then, but yet, if they get into black, if they go, because they were successful, it was successful. They got their money back and then some.
Yeah.
And yet that wasn't good enough is wild to me. You know, it's what I'm saying. It's like, what is like it's probably because Microsoft is so big that these like those wins need to be grand slam wins. You know, like they can't be like, oh, this cost $40 million to make, but we made $50 million, so we got $10 million out of our 40 investment. No, they need to make this like a $300 million or $400 million in the in stuff. You know, kind of like how Final Fantasy 16 was. Final Fantasy 16 sold 10 million copies and they said it wasn't successful. that's crazy, you know?
That's insane.
Yeah, it's
insane.
Yeah, and that's what that's if that's the metrics that they were trying to put this into, but then they didn't tell the developer to do that for that. Whose fault is that? It's not the developer's fault. Yeah, I'm sorry. Still kind of getting me heated. I'm still on the hate sauce on this. I don't know what it is, but yeah. But let's see. What did I said? Oh, he's talking about Fallout 4.
Back to Creation Club.
Yeah, Back to Creation Club. Yeah, creation. So in the PC versions of Bethesda, you can create your own different kinds of things and stuff, but the only way to do it is through the Creation Club.
Oh, so to be able to sell and whatnot, right?
Yeah. So they try
to you had to pay to be able to sell stuff.
Certain things, but not all of them. It was messed up. Yeah, it was really stupid. It's a like to kind of avoid you from just doing straight mods. But anyways, ridiculous. Okay. Anyways, Pop. Give us some good news. Please, God, give us some good news.
I'm happy to announce that at Anime Expo, Wait For It had announced that a new Shantae game is currently in development coming next year. So the Shantae series is returning to the spotlight very soon. Don't know who the publisher is. I know at one point, I believe...
it's Way Forward, I thought, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, no, they had a different publisher for because I got Shantae and the Seven Sirens, and I got the hard copy and had another. I just like bleeped out the publisher's name because I got the collector's edition so late. So
LRT.
Yeah.
Oh god.
And I'm really excited for it. It looks like she has a new hairstyle. She has like three. Her hair's still in the ponytail, but it's like three braids and then like the spike balls at the end. So I'm going to take a wild guess here that she's going to have a couple of new abilities. This will be the 7th game
Wow.
In the franchise, yeah, it's 6 different games that are available across multiple different platforms. So this will be the 7th game that's coming out next year. We don't know what the next title, or they have a couple, if I recall. But I wouldn't be surprised if they did a bundle of all 6 games before this one comes out. Excuse me. We don't know what the title is. We just got the image from the developers on social media. The title was initially teased back in 2025 during the Limited Run Games broadcast. But we got the official confirmation. I'm curious about what you guys think. If you've played Shantae, I've done a couple of runs of it, not like officially on the leaderboards, but it is a game that I consider doing runs for. One of my favorite platformers out there.
Really? Wow. Is that good?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and she's just a funny character, so I like the art in those games.
I've always liked the art, but I've never played them. I should eventually. I need to get to them, but my biggest issue was that I want physicals, and the problem is that the distributor for physicals I'm not a big fan of. So I probably may just bite the bullet and get it on Steam. And if they have them on Steam, do they have them on Steam? They should, right?
Yeah, they're on Steam.
Yeah, but I want to try, but I need to know the order because I know there's so many of them. I'm just trying to figure out where to start, or whatever the first one was. What is the first one? I'm looking it up right now.
Oh, you're looking up which the first Shantae game is?
I'm trying to find which is the first
Shantae, right?
Does Shantae? That would be hilarious if it was.
I've never heard of this game before.
You never
heard of the franchise? But yeah, the first game actually is called Shantae. But that's why I was just like, oh, you've actually never heard of the game before. But no, Shantae's the first one. Came out in 2002, and then in 2010 we got Shantae's Risky's Revenge. 2014 we had Shantae and the Pirate's Curse. 2016 there was Shantae and the Half Genie Hero, and then in 2019 I remember this because if I recall correctly, I think I actually got a key from WayForward for this one. Because I remember I didn't pay for the digital, I only paid for the collector's edition. It was Shantae and the Seven Sirens.
Okay, so the one that they have is called Shantae. The very first one I see here on Steam is Shantae Risky's Revenge. Is that the first one?
That's the second one.
Okay, so then there's Shantae.
The first one's Shantae. I just listed it out.
Oh, I wasn't listening. Sorry.
Oh God, no! Shantae's literally the first game.
Okay, so Shantae's Risky's Revenge is the one. Is the most recent one, but they don't have. I can't go any further back than
that one's not the most recent one. There's the Risky Revolution that came out in 2025. Risky Revenge is the second.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Shantae's Risky Revenge will probably be my first one because I cannot find it. It's not on Steam. So there you go.
You can't find OG Shantae anywhere?
I'm in Steam right now, and I look
on GOG.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'd probably look on GOG or.
Let's find GOG.
They have a trio collection where you can get like the first 3.
On GOG?
Like that? Yeah, they need to bundle this up. So
I got that collection on Switch.
Like what? Yeah, like.
What'd you say?
You know, it almost reminds me of like a Sega Genesis game or something.
I mean,
that's what caught my eye initially with the series, but what I like is her different abilities that makes platforming interesting in the game. Like I know people love Celeste Down, they like Dead Cells and everything, but it has like that Mega Man flavor to it. Without the stress of Mega Man, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so here it is. There's a Shantae. There's just a Shantae Advance, which is Risky Revolution. That's it. That's the furthest back they got on GOG. So I'd probably have to get it on on Nintendo on the Switch if they have it. But wow, that's crazy.
Risky Revolution came out last year.
Oh, but why is
It's
it
a-
even Game Boy graphics? It's
because
GBA.
Limited Run Games did the cover, but chronologically that game takes place between OG Shantae and Risky's Revenge.
Okay, gotcha.
So the story is technically the second, but it's like the most recent installment.
Okay.
Apparently, I think the game was also supposed to come out in like right after the first one, but then it got delayed, and then they're like, "Oh, development's resumed. Development's delayed. We can't find a publisher. We found a publisher, and now it's out."
Okay, so Shantae, the original Shantae game, is on the Switch. I can't.
Okay.
I can't. Do they have it on PS5? Maybe. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I might have to go through the risk of all of it. It looks. I mean, I've been meaning to wanting to play a game like that. Wow, to play on. But geez, this is classic platforming.
Yeah. I think my others would like this a lot.
Yeah, Way Forward. Yeah, when Way Forward took it with the Half Genie, I believe was a really good version of it when Way Forward started doing the arts of it. But I don't know who does it now. But no, that's awesome. 7 though, that is wild. That game's been around for 20 years.
Crazy.
Over 20 years. That's amazing.
It is.
Yeah, especially on it. No, well, that's cool. There was no street date on it for the next one, or we just know that it's being made. Pop.
What now?
I said that.
No, there's like a thunderstorm, so I kind of had like a blip.
Oh, I said like, was there a street date? Was there an announcement on when it was like an estimated time on when it was coming, or is it
2027? Did you listen to the review at all that I gave at the beginning? I said announced coming for 2027.
Well,
I know Smitty hurt me. No, I'm being ignored because of the storm. It's because you're in Texas.
Probably.
Yeah, it's the BlueSky effect.
Probably have an age restriction on age restriction on video.
Yeah, age restriction.
Freaking terrible. I can't believe it. If you know, when I was trying to network this out and to put it on social media, apparently BlueSky's asking for age verification and asking for personal information. I'm like, nope, can't do it. Won't do it. So there you go.
Wild.
Terrible. Well, BlueSky was good while it lasted, but X doesn't give a crap. They're just like, hey, okay, bet, let's do it. I wonder if Facebook is the same way. Not saying that I use Facebook, but yeah, terrible.
That's a fantastic question. I only get on Facebook like once a year.
Yeah, so no, I'm good. All right, well, Shantae, coming soon next year, hopefully. We'll see how that's going to go. Anyways.
Yeah, keyword on hopefully. And hopefully. I don't want to hear, oh, we don't have publishers. Like, all right, here we go.
He's like,
here we go. Here we go again.
Right. Folks, thank you for listening to another episode of the CFG Gamecast. Thank you for being a part of the conversation. As always, we do release on all the podcast services at the beginning of each and every week on Monday mornings. So if you did miss out on this episode, that's okay. You can listen or watch us on our YouTube at the CFG or on any podcast. So there is absolutely no reason to miss out on all sexy voices. Ooh. All right, guys, and as always, go check out our main website, confreaksgeeks.com, to check out some more geeky content as always. So once again, this is Davis, Pop, and Smitty signing out. Y'all, take it easy.